have a store script already built in. My store, and that's it. Looks good. Let me get these out of the way. And we're going to save that. Now our little goblin is going to be assigned that conversation. Open store. There we go. Now we've got ourselves a fully working merchant here who can sell us that axe. So we've got a trainer in who's going to train us how to mine. We've got a store in that can provide us with the axe. Now all we have, and of course we got some money here that we cheated by laying on the ground here. Now all we need to do is actually place our silver ore veins around. So we're going to save this area, and we're going to open up another area inside the mine. Ooh, really dark. What I'm going to do here real quick is I'm just going to lighten this up over here on the other screen so that I can see what I'm doing, because it's really, really dark on my screen. There we go. So I'm just lighting this up temporarily. Now, thanks to Ugly Duck, he's got a bunch of placeables laid around that look fantastic for this mine. But these are not Legends crafting plugins. These are just the built-in ones. What we want to do is we want to use our proper resources that we created, silver ore vein. So as you can see, our silver ore vein that was created for us using the tool comes in a shape of a little rock like this. However, we want it to look like that because it fits in better with the theme. So we're going to bring over the properties, and as you can see, this is tile CV ore. That's the appearance. So it's just as simple as modifying, we're going to get rid of this one, it's just as simple as modifying our appearance to match that. So tile CV ore, there we go. Now notice I'm changing the blueprint, not the instance. That's why I got rid of that instance. So I want to change the blueprint. Now our blueprint looks like that. We don't have to change anything else about it, just that appearance. We're going to get rid of this and lay ours. Make sure it looks good. Okay, so we're going to do that for all the other ones that are laid around in this mine. So we'll get rid of that one. And we'll put a few of these around for our player to harvest. Now, it's important to remember that the crafting plugin does not come with a respawn system. So when our player comes along and mines these all out, they're going to disappear and they're not going to come back. You want to make sure that you're using some kind of spawning system to be able to respawn these things for other players. And there are many spawning systems out there that can do that. The one I can speak to, of course, is the Legends spawning plugin, which will do exactly that. It has the ability to respawn these placeables. Very easy to use. So I would investigate looking at that. But for this tutorial, we're not going to respawn these. We're just going to mine them out and go from there. But in a real persistent world, you definitely want to have some kind of setup for respawning these things. And like I said, if you don't have one, go have a look at the Legends spawning plugin or one of the other ones that are available on the Vault for respawning things like placeable objects and whatnot. That'll take care of that for you. Okay, so we've got all of our ore placed in this cool little mine here, so we're ready to go. So we're going to get rid of that, and I do want to set the lights back to the way they were, because they were some really good environment lights. So I'm just going to turn those back. There we go. And save this area. Actually, now before I do that, I gotta talk about one thing. In my areas for my world, I need to have a client enter script and a client exit script configured. Okay, for all of my areas, for pretty much the majority of the Legends plugins. They have to execute code when players enter an area and when they exit. So it's a really good idea to set these up. Now, because this module is brand new, I don't have any events in these. In most persistent worlds, I will have a script in this location. And when you do have a script, you'll have to modify it. And I'm just going to show you what you have to modify it with. Now, if you've used the info plugin or any other plugin, you've probably already seen this, or if you read through the documentation, you've probably already seen this. If you have existing scripts, all you have to do, and I'm just going to give you an example here. You know, this is all my normal code for stuff. You know, all you have to do is at the bottom of your script, you have to put this in: execute script leg_, all master on enter. Oops. object_self. That's what you'd put in for the client enter script. And I believe it's on enter, or is it just enter? No, it's on enter. So there's an on enter and an on exit. In the exit script, you'd do the exact same thing. You'd modify your existing script and just put that at the bottom, like so. Okay, so master leg_all master on enter, or leg_all master on exit. That's the only scripting you'll ever have to do in any of the Legends plugins. If you want to use them as is, of course, if you're an advanced scripter and you want to make changes to the plugins, be my guest. But this is the only thing you'll have to do, and that's only in the event that you actually have scripts already there. If you do not have scripts, like in this module, as you can see, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this little script here. As you can see in this example, because this is a brand new module, I do not have any scripts in here. I have that tool at my disposal in the master configurator where I can actually just click this and update all my client on enter scripts. So I'll hit yes to that, and I'll let that run, and it'll let me know when it's done. It's going through all my areas, and now it's finished. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing for the exit scripts. Update areas on exit. Yes. So now it's going to go through all my areas and update that. If I have a lot of areas, this could take a little while, so be patient. And it's done. Now I go and load up one of my areas, and I pull over its properties, and as you can see, it's updated these two events. Okay, again, this is why you do not want to use those buttons if you already have scripts here. If you already have scripts here, you do not want to update do not want to use those buttons, because it'll change them to these. So don't use those buttons if that happens. If you do have scripts in here, use the method I just showed you a moment ago about modifying your script and doing the execute script line at the bottom of them. Okay, simple as that. That's the most coding you'll have to do. Okay, we're ready to go. We have our trainer down, we have our store down, and we have our ore down. So now what we're going to do is going to fire up the game and actually log in and see what it looks like.